Hello and good afternoon. An afternoon game here from St. Louis Park. It's the Section 5A semifinals, and the St. Louis Park Orioles will take on the Park Center Pirates. And St. Louis Park will kick off to start the game. Skylar Rodelius Palmer will kick off. And the kick is just pooched up in the air at the 30-yard line, where it was taken by number 7 Stein, and Stein goes out at about the 32. Late flag.
John Fromm here, joining you today, Bruce, and happy to be here for the first playoff game for the Orioles.
And temperature, we should mention, at game time is right around 33 degrees. So we'll see if the weather has any effect in this game. We get penalty is going to be called against Park Center. So it's a late personal foul called.
As Paul flashes the starting lineups, you take a look at, looks like he's got Park Center's D up there, but Park Center with a nice upset win just on Tuesday night, Bruce, in the first round of the playoffs. The Orioles did get a bye in the first round. I'm interested, with 10 days off, if the Orioles had a chance to really physically regroup and if they're much stronger, and should be an advantage St. Louis Park as well in the seedings too.
Yeah, and that Park Center win was 17-14 against Irondale. So Park had anticipated maybe playing Irondale, but again, never know. So fortunately, St. Louis Park didn't play last night when the weather was even much colder and windier. Back to pass. And caught from behind, and who else? No one else but the Orioles star, Jario Lopez Barrera on defense.
Boy, and you're going to call that name all day long, as you have for the season. 89 tackles on the season, 10 for loss when I wrote it down. We saw him opening week in another game, and you can see why the junior is so heavily regarded.
Yeah, that's over an average of over 10 tackles per game. So he's just had a phenomenal year, and he's only a junior. So Orioles will have him back next year. Brown, the quarterback, Levante Parker in the eye, and then hand to the up back. That's number 5, Chris Roby. And Roby gets over the 25 to about the 20. Well, they call it at the 25-yard line.
I think that was Karan Adams on the nice tackle for St. Louis Park. He's another guy to watch for, second leading tackler on the team with 80 on the season, including 3 for loss. Lopez Barrera and Adams, really the two to watch for defensively.
They both had outstanding seasons. So again, handoff, first man, Roby. And Roby is stacked up, no gain. Great defense by the St. Louis Park Orioles.
And great penetration by 84 Tony Stadler. I don't think I've seen him much, but it looked like 84 he was in there, and 79 also for Park, Latrell Thornton.
And Lopez Barrera also.
Yeah, Stadler made a nice open field tackle. He's only a sophomore at 5'11", 170 for Park.
John, the punter's going out, so they're going to go for it here.
Wow.
I think they may try and draw the Orioles off sides. Let's see what happens.
Boy, this is interesting, yeah.
Big call early on. And they're going to pitch it. And the Orioles stack it up.
Wow, there's a big momentum builder. 3-yard loss, and Lopez Barrera again, along with looked like Jacob Riley on the tackle there.
You know, John, I don't get that this early on in the game with the weather cold like this. Maybe they just didn't want to take a chance on that long snap of the punter, but you have a chance to try and receive that punt and possibly fumble it with the cold weather. So hard to believe they're giving the Orioles this kind of field position early on. And you know, again, when you're a lower seed, you may take some chances here.
Boy, that's a big chance. Johnny Sorensen out of the no huddle. The senior had a great year running and throwing.
And the give was to Achilles Ferris, and Ferris is stacked up behind the line.
You're going to see a heavy dose of Johnny Sorensen, but on the ground, the Orioles primarily are relying on Sledge, along with Ferris and Sadim Natham.
Hurry up offense for the Orioles.
Trips on the bottom side here.
Man in motion, and the handoff Sledge. And Sledge hammers his way to the 16-yard line.
Bruce, one thing I found interesting, and it's tough to really do color with Johnny Sorensen under center. We're going to have another play here.
So, again, Sledge in the backfield. Sorensen looks back to the bench. Gets the play. And this is Ferris trying to get outside. And great defensive play So now an interesting situation for the Orioles. Back at the 16-yard line, they've got a great field goal kicker. They're gonna actually just go for it from here. So we've seen now 2 fourth down opportunities. See if the Orioles can convert. Sledge in the backfield.
And maybe he's going to try to draw him off here. Now Johnny going up to the line, going to go under center here, looks like.
Ferris gets in a blocking mode on the right slot. I think the Orioles may call a timeout here.
Trying to draw him off maybe. No. They are. Wow, there's a trick play, and Ryan Clare's throwing wide open.
I didn't even see that happen.
I didn't even see who had the ball. I thought Johnny Sorensen had it, and Samaj Mitchell with the touchdown.
For the touchdown.
Were you just as confused as I was? I thought Sorensen had the ball. He must have left it on the ground or rolled it. Let's try it.
Play again.
Inside handoff and then a lateral from 23 from Ferris. Back to Clares, and Ryan Clares with his first touchdown pass, the 6'2" senior, throwing a completion to Samaj Mitchell. Mitchell, that's his 29th catch of the year, and he's been a big target for Park. But
that was a pretty play.
Deception.
Good time to keep that one in your back pocket on fourth down. Right.
I don't know if Cooper or let's watch this again and watch the inside handoff. Sorensen's going to go right to the line of scrimmage and watch what happens.
And again, our view from up here is hard to see when we were watching this play. So we were watching
Ferris
the quarterback on this.
And Ferris moves in the motion right next to Sorensen, and then a quick handoff, and then the hand. Watch this, and he goes all the way backwards. Talk about deception. And that's going to be part of the Ben Wolf program, as he has been all year.
Well, I was looking then for the throw to Sorensen. I didn't even see Mitchell in the corner.
Yeah, you didn't mention that Sorensen went back out for the pass.
Right.
Everybody up here in the press box confused. And the way Johnny turned on the handoff, too, like he was going to pitch it to the deep man, confused everybody. But, boy, nice way to start. And Orioles haven't had a game for 10 days, so a well-rested, hopefully healed crew. And it was a surprise for Park Center to go for that on fourth down.
And that's the key. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. Here's another boot kick. This is an onside kick, basically.
Right. He almost kicked that like he wanted the Oriole player to catch it, to run up underneath it.
I don't know, John, but my perception of this is that maybe on the pooch kick like that is maybe that, with that spin on the ball, they're hoping that the cold hands may cause a fumble. But
right.
Redelius Palmer has been able to kick the ball pretty deep throughout the season, and so maybe avoiding any run backs. But Park Center with good field position here, and they're going to start with Jamel Brown at quarterback. The wideouts will be Parker and Flores. Running back Tamba. Back to pass. He's going to go long down the right side. Good coverage. And it was deflected and almost caught by Levante Parker. That was
Riley Dvorak on the coverage. And Riley looked like the senior thought he had it all the way, but it carried deep with the wind and almost got over him. And Riley jumps here. And maybe he did get a tiny piece of it. So great play by Dvorak to get a hand on it, the senior. Orioles are in a 3-4 defense as they have been all year. Really watch for DeDefo out on the left tackle or left outside defensive tackle position. 43 for Park.
Handoff.
There was an interesting defense. I don't know if you noticed that, but Karan Adams, the defensive back, lined up against the left tackle on that play. So the Orioles had 4 down linemen on that play. Orioles really switching it up a bit. Good open field tackle.
So the Pirates now have a 3rd down, 7 yards to go.
There you see Jacob Riley on the tackle. Nice work, Jacob. Just a senior, 5'10", 170.
Hope you're enjoying the game in the confines of your house while we're out here in press. But not too bad up here, Johnny, today.
No, I just
don't have the winds. Mel Brown, he cuts it. He's going to throw it to the far side, incomplete. Overthrows, intended for number 80, Ronald Garrison. Pass too high as Jamel Brown was rolling to his right and stepped up into the pocket, tried to see if he had room to run, but looked like good defensive pursuit by DeDefo.
And Bradford with a late blitz got just enough pressure on to at least maybe take his eyes off the quarterback. You got to feel a little footsteps in that scenario.
Well, Park Center decided they're going to punt the football now.
Yeah, now that they're up to the 40, they feel. Well,
Nelson Flores will punt.
There's really not any wind, so it's strange. Oh, there was a bad snap, though. I can see why.
Good punt, though.
Going to get a good roll. Bauer's going to have to pick that up at his 10. And, oh, he got a nice
sidestep.
At least he got 10 yards before he got demolished by 74. Brandon Roberson was a freight train that knocked on Adam Bauer. That rolled about 15 yards, even though it was a bad snap. So I guess perhaps that's why Park Center didn't punt the first time. Maybe they've got some long snapping problems. That's really an art at the high school level. You mentioned, Bruce, one of Park's best seasons. We didn't have an intro time, but Park 5-3 on the regular season, won their last 4 games, and including a big win against Orono, a 17-14 win on the road. You mentioned Skylar Redelius Palmer before. I think one of the unsung heroes on the team has been his field goal kicking, 7 on the year and 18 to 20 on the points after touchdowns, as well as punting.
Right.
Really made some good work there, but the last 3 in a row.
Here's a long throw, and Ferris had a step on the defender, but just throwing about 5 yards in front of him. Good defense by Tyree Brooks for Park Center.
And you see Johnny Sorensen, 52% on the year for completions and 10 scores for the senior. Also a great pitcher and hockey player for Park. Johnny also is the leading rusher for the Orioles as well. I believe he's got just under 300 yards. So totally a dual sport, multi-purpose weapon. And the Orioles will roll him out a lot, use him in various scenarios, as we've seen. A lot of unusual alignments offensively by Coach Wolf. Orioles take advantage of their unique play calling early on, we saw.
And off that, is that Adams?
Yeah, and 50 Ryan Schnabrick on the tackle that time with the trip up, but Adams couldn't get anywhere.
Look, Ron Adams does not run the ball too often, and that time he's got one on an inside handoff. And Orioles can't be too fancy here. 3rd down, 13 yards from inside their own 10-yard line. Sorensen looks around.
Mitchell on the bottom of the screen here. Trips on the top side. Watch the top side of the 4 wideouts here.
Back to pass. Rolling. He's got room to run. Sorensen, he's got room. He's across the 20, 25, 30, 35. We get a penalty.
Maybe a hold on 3 perhaps, but Johnny with a 44-yard run roughly.
Look how mad the coaches are because he had a first down. They got out of deep.
And the flag is at the 32-yard line. He'd already gained 20-some yards, so it was probably a hold or else a
illegal block
in the back. Don't know if we have the replay, but Johnny, that was a design play. All the linebackers dropped into deep coverage. The safeties did as well, and the Orioles only had 1 wideout on the bottom of the screen. And Samaz Mitchell ran a fly route, so he ran really deep, which created holding and a personal foul face mask. So offsets going to replay the 3rd down. Yeah, so watch here. So watch Samaj Mitchell take him really deep. There's 40 yards worth of green space if Johnny can tuck it under and beat the lineman, and he does. But let's see if we can.
Oh, that's a tough call.
Boy, they're really going at it. You can see number 12 for Park Center, I believe. Blake Wilkins, safety. So.
Yeah, so that's a really big penalty for Park Center on behalf of Park Center, because they're going to be able to pin St. Louis Park back here if St. Louis Park does not get this first down. So
trips to the bottom of the screen now. Orioles rolling right. Sorensen going to go long.
And throws it up and too far for Samaj Mitchell.
Mitchell in double coverage there, Bruce, as the safety backed off as well. Probably not.
Yeah, you'll see Brooks and Wilkins. So Brooks was right on him, and Wilkins was coming from the safety positions. So now the Orioles will have to punt the football from their own, from in the end zone, actually.
Here's Skylar Redelius Palmer. We talked about him earlier. He handles all, I believe he'll be doing the punting, yep. Does all the punting in place, kicking, kickoffs.
Yeah, Sorensen has punted too as well.
Yeah, he's a senior.
That's a good punt. Can be fielded at the 45-yard line.
Wilkins going back and forth.
And now he gets some room. Gets to the inside, out around the 35. Inside sideline here, that's what I meant. And out at the 31-yard line, another penalty flag.
See Wilkins going left, right, almost like a fake draw, a reverse there, but he got some good blocks and created some space. See what the flag is. A lot of laundry being thrown on the field early on.
Yeah, illegal block in the back.
Okay.
See that a lot on returns.
So Park Center, correct me if I'm wrong, Bruce, but going into their upset of Irondale, they were only 1-6, or 2-6 in the regular season,
yep.
and they were 0-9 last year. Park with a great improvement off of last year's team. I think the Orioles won 2 regular season games, but then they had that huge win over Southwest that they demolished them by 40 points in the playoffs.
Well, John, just to tell you how big of an upset it was, the last time Park Center played Irondale this year, they lost 35-13.
Wow.
So they're able to beat them this time in the sections.
And score all 17 points in the second half to do it. They win 17-14. So nice for Park Center, too, because, Park Center is a school that, they used to have Ricky Foggy, the former Gopher, as a head coach. A lot of great basketball athletes, but not so much football recently. But good for them to see some.
Yeah, their head coach is Paul Strong. We should mention St. Louis Park head coach Ben Wolf.
Been at it for 5 or 6 years now. Boy, nice job that time by Morrison on a nice tackle as well. And Ordor for Park as well.
Yeah, Emmanuel Tamba, the ball carrier, and you see as he got off the left side, good pursuit from behind.
Yeah, and watch Ordor there. You see, look at him. I don't know, number 79 for Park, Bruce, the nose guard is not listed on our lineups, but he had some good pursuit and penetration on that play. Do we know that young man's name? 79 for Park? Oh, Latrell Thornton. I apologize.
Yeah,
my bad.
Center.
Yeah.
And he is starting this game. He has, throughout the season, he has not been in that position. So,
right.
He's a junior. St. Louis Park with half their roster of juniors on this defense. Here's a good pressure.
Oh.
Fumble.
Lopez Barrera.
He picks it up, and Lopez Barrera is going to be slammed down at the 35-yard line by Tampa. But a great play. Barrera just came in unguarded that time, untouched, and watch. I think the quarterback was surprised as he turned and lost the football.
The right tackle attempted at the last second to make a contact block, but nothing there, and Lopez Barrera beat him with massive speed for the junior.
He's like, give me a chance, give me a touchdown. I played so well this season.
Yeah, exactly. He gets a forced turnover there, and he gets to pick it up. It was really nice to see.
So the Orioles with good field position here now from the 35-yard line. Johnny Sorensen. And the handoff is Ferris. Gets ahead of steam to the 30-yard line.
There's a guy that will never take a day off, Achille Ferris, that's for sure. He's pretty workmanlike back there. Number 30 also in the game. There's Sledge again. They're going to rotate those guys a lot. Also move Ferris into the slot position a lot as he is now.
Nope, keeper. That's Sorensen, and he gets down to the 27-yard line.
Augustine yawned on the tackle from behind there.
John, you and I have talked about the kicking game for St. Louis Park, how much it has improved. And you see some most improved, that's got to be one of the areas that's most improved for the Orioles. And they would have the ability to kick a field goal if needed in this game.
Yeah.
And off Sledge. A penalty flag comes down, and
line should flip that right away as early motion or else an offside. We'll take a look.
Well, Mitchell talking to the official. I'm not sure if he he was the one who jumped early.
No, we mentioned last year Park had a relatively young legal procedure. 6 underclassmen starting on the offensive line and running back position for Park. And then Aaron Ellenson also getting some work. So a lot of youth served, even though you've got some good senior leadership in Sorensen, Clares, and McKee. Christensen and Corpron up front for the Parkers. The Parkers, can we say that?
Sorensen rolls to the left, throws complete to Ferris, and Ferris is pulled down right away before he could get to the first down marker.
Just rolled Achille out on the side there, and Johnny rolling to his left. As you see the fake to him, and then he goes underneath the linebacker in front of the safety there and gets some space. A nice job for Ferris.
Fourth down, Orioles going to go for it, see if they have anything else up their sleeve. They ran a great trick play last time. Sorensen looks back to the sidelines.
Claire's going to go in motion here and go up almost in the tight end slot position.
Sorensen, he's going to keep it. Nice move. First down, Sorensen. He could go all the way down to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Sorensen.
They spread him out in that spread with 4 wideouts, and then Johnny goes back with 2 strides, and he looks up, and it was just enough spread of the players to create a nice space in that middle linebacker slot. And Johnny's so elusive, goes left, right, left, and goes, was that 30, almost 28 yards, I think, on the touchdown there. He looked right enough to sell the linebacker on that, Bruce, I think. He looked to the bottom of the screen, bottom of the formation.
So St. Louis Park using all 4 downs to get their 2 touchdowns.
That's amazing, scoring touchdowns on the 4th down plays. And just what Park needed, you want to tap down any momentum that Park Center might have had from the win on Tuesday night. Take some wind out of their sails. They're probably physically beat up with only 3 days off between their last game. And you see the elusiveness and speed of Sorensen. You'll see that a lot on the ice with his great speed.
Really close to getting in that end zone. His knee may have been down, but refs call it a touchdown.
We don't have any. We don't have the instant replay here with Paul. We can't. The officials can't go to Paul, can they?
No, and they do not review touchdowns. So,
although at Park High they could be because of our high-def cameras. There you take a look at Sorensen, the senior signal caller. Johnny played a lot of wideout in the last 2 years as well too. Great skill set, great leaders. There you see the Orioles doing their New Zealand Blacks chant as they do on the sideline there. Let's kind of, if you get a chance to see that, Paul, but one of the camaraderie things that they do that has really seemed to bring everybody together this year. You know what I mean?
Well, this time no more pooch. They're going to go the long kick and flag.
A nice deep kick.
It was.
Rodelius Palmer, right.
And that had Tamba going way back to his end zone. That would have been interesting to see where that ball would have ended up, but Orioles will kick it again.
Nice to see some alumni here today. I witnessed Grant Donald, class of 13, who played on the 2010, 11, and 12 teams here with his dad, Bill Donald. Of course, you remember Bill was an assistant coach here. Great Park player in 87, 88, 89. Had a chance to visit with them for 10 seconds on my way up here because I was running late after the hot chocolate run.
That's important on a day like today. I told John, make sure you do not forget the hot chocolate. This one out of bounds.
So yeah, kicked out of bounds. Mentioned St. Louis Park 5-3 on the season, Bruce. You know, it's really quite a fantastic season. They built some momentum at the end of last year with a few wins, including the big win in the section playoffs. But you know, you look at that big win they had over Orono 3 weeks ago, where they went on the road and beat Orono, I believe, 17-14. And Orono's a pretty good team every year, and they always compete well with Benilde and the other teams. So that's a big momentum builder for Park.
St. Louis Park coach having a discussion with Rodelius Palmer on that kick. Not after giving Park Center field position at the 40-yard line. And the pitch. Tamba. And Tamba cannot get outside. Great pursuit and a great hit by Karan Adams at the end.
Yeah, you mentioned Tamba there, and good call on the pitch. It was a nice executed pitch. Good pursuit by Rodelius Palmer, like usual, from his outside linebacker, but a nice step up by Adams from safety as well.
Right, Lopez Barrera, again, he's all over the field right now.
Yeah, he's...
You know, word had it that Minnesota Duluth has been heavily looking at Lopez Barrera, but we'll see. Continues to play the way he is, maybe... who knows?
Well, and I think if he adds some more bulk, which he will as a senior, he's going to gain some more weight. He's got great speed and long arms, but
it's the instinct that he has that's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Back to pass thrown over the middle. Oh, and it is intercepted. It's tipped and caught. Knee on the ground by Karan Adams.
Yeah, Adams.
Or no, that was number 52.
Adams tipped it. Beautiful tip, and Morrison, Logan Morrison, who we haven't called a lot today. Peyton Morrison, I'm sorry. Was Logan his brother a few years ago? I forget anyway. But anyway, Peyton with a nice play. He gets a lot of work on the defensive side and right place at the right time, and really not a lot of opportunity to throw there. So good momentum again.
Right, Park Center unable to capitalize on any of their drives so far here in the first quarter. Still 1:47 remaining. And now the Orioles will have the football again. Sorensen be the quarterback. So we'll have Mitchell lined up on the near side. McKee on the far side.
Hi, McKee. Orioles spreading it out. Here's
Mitchell in motion. And they fake to Mitchell. The handoff to Sledge.
a lot of misdirection constantly. Orioles are going to be trying to continually move people, motion, different formations, a lot with the no huddle. Love to run the spread offense, spread them out, 3-4 wideouts every play. Sledge is a pretty multi-dimensional back. Ferris is too. They can move him around. 4 lined up, 2 on each side this time. Ferris along with Mitchell on the bottom of the screen.
Sledge, nice step to the left, gets head of steam up the middle as a first down for St. Louis Park as he gets inside the 40-yard line.
Nice 12-yard game, and the Orioles starting to take advantage of the interception. And still a minute to go in the first quarter, and 14-0 already, Park. Look at that penetration. You could drive a Mack truck through there. Good.
Nice play by number 50 here. Schnobrich as Sledge couldn't get a good start on that one. Sledge didn't come off. Adams will check into the game. We haven't seen Karan Adams in the backfield too often this season, but as they're in the sections, now they're giving him an opportunity.
A little discussion on the bottom of the screen there.
There's
I think there's some movement by the left guard though, and that's going to be moved back. No, my apologies. He knocked the left guard so back that I thought it was in. But
that's number 54 for the Pirates.
So my apologies, Tony Christensen. I actually thought you had some movement, but it wasn't either you or Nick Medina weren't moving at all. It was the
Trey Stork.
Trey Stork. Is that who it is for Park Center?
So second down, 5 yards to go.
There's Claire's in motion, signaling.
Trips to the near side. And the pitch. Adams gets some blocks. Adams gets outside and is pushed out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. We'll see where he stepped out. They're going to call it right at the 15.
Yeah, good speed, and you take advantage of Adams' speed to beat the corner that time and to beat the outside linebacker and the left tackle. Just a quick pitch. You can see good pursuit by 64, but he takes a bad angle for Park Center, and he needed a better angle to try to curtail that gain.
John, I'm wondering if Karan Adams not playing running back throughout the season was just really to preserve him, and now that they're in the sections, they're giving him an opportunity because he's so valuable on defense.
And didn't he play a lot in the backfield last year too? I was trying to.
Like, oh, Sorensen with the run, and will get a penalty probably on St. Louis Park. Looked like Jake Olson putting his hands up, like, what did I do? But I don't know if it was him, but he was the one motioning, like, couldn't understand that call.
Right.
Boy, it's tough when the ref has to take off his cap with this 32-degree temperatures.
Yeah, we and what was it? Almost 65 and sunny on Wednesday. So we definitely went from holding and now a person. Boy, just like the coincidence.
Another offsetting one.
The offsetting, redo the down. So wonder what the personal foul was. They didn't hear a number on it.
Every time someone holds on Park Center gets mad, they create a personal foul. So.
And you see St. Louis Park listed as the 2 seed in this section. Robbinsdale Cooper listed as number 1. They're ranked number 2 in the state in Class 5A. Cooper's playing Spring Lake Park tonight at 7 o'clock, and the winner of that game will play the winner of this game. So a lot to play for. Cooper obviously beat Park earlier in the season. Go ahead.
Well, John, so this is interesting. I don't know what they're doing here, but it looked like originally they were marking off both penalties, and now they're deciding it is offsetting, and they're going to move it back.
Right, if it's offsetting, you're going to rehash it where it was at the line of scrimmage originally.
They were taking the 5 yards, then the 15-yard, and now they're going to just, or 10 yards and 15, now they're just going to go back to where it was. Here's a handoff.
Didn't go anywhere. Good pursuit by 50 and 54 on the defensive side of the ball. Snowbrick and
Stork.
Johnny tried to sell the fake pass to Ryan Clares to just do something to pull the linebackers off, but they didn't bite on that, and it was a little late. Ty McKee, we mentioned him. He's on the top of the screen usually here. That'll be the end of the first quarter here. So 14-0 and a 2nd and 7 as the Orioles will take a break here and start the second quarter with good field position again, Bruce. We didn't have a chance to do the last game. You had your friend cover the last game on Park, did you not? Announcing on October 6th.
I was actually gone, Jen.
You were gone, right? That's what I mean. Yeah, I didn't see the highlight of that game.
Actually, that game we didn't cover weather.
Oh,
inclement weather, right.
We could have almost had inclement weather last night. I'm glad it wasn't a night game.
Right.
Although, Bruce, it is better. It's nice now that, I used to love to announce not in the press box and to be in front of the press box, but I do enjoy having some warmth and being able to get next to you and feel your heat come through.
John, that hug that you keep giving me to keep yourself warm is really nice.
And needed, exactly. That unconditional love you give back, Bruce, I appreciate it.
That's right, all these years.
Yeah, so, I ran into, as I was walking in, I really didn't stop and talk to anybody, Bruce. I know that's a surprise. But I did immediately run into Andy Ewald, and he said hi to me. And he said, have a good broadcast, and I just kept walking, and I said, hey, good match for the volleyball team. I see they lost to Edina the other day in 5 sets, which is pretty good. Edina's got a good program,
So we get ready to go here in the second quarter. And quick pass over the middle. Samaj goes way up in the air, catches the football, and holds on as he comes down. Great tackle by Tyree Brooks, but even a better catch by Samaj Mitchell, and holding on to that football, making it 3rd down and about a yard to go. See if Sorensen sneaks it here. Orioles line up quickly. There's another no penalty. Looked like Park Center had jumped off, but Sorensen, quarterback keeper up the middle, 1st down for the St. Louis Park Orioles.
And one of the couple of the Cooper coaches are here scouting the game today because they're going to play the winner of this game, assuming they win tonight, as the #1 seed in the section. So little CHS on that sideline. They got their headsets on. They've got 3 coaches here today.
That's usually the park. That's usually the park coach up there calling it. I just wondering if he's wearing a Cooper hat.
I don't know. I was wondering that myself, but yeah.
Quarterback keeper, Sorensen, 1st down, cuts, spins, touchdown, Sorensen.
What athleticism going in off that left side behind Christensen, a big hole, little delay before he starts running, and he makes 2 spin moves, and Ryan Clares and him celebrating. 3rd score of the day already. There's a fake to Ferris already, and then big hole. The linebackers were really spread out and sold on the fake that they thought the running back was going to sweep wide to the near side of the field, and it didn't happen.
Johnny Sorensen just has played with more and more confidence as this season has gone on. He's had a great season, able to make the right decisions when to run the football on that option. And another touchdown for St. Louis Park, and they convert the extra point. So another, Rodelius Palmer, we should mention, has just done an outstanding job. This whole special teams, the way with the holder and the kicker and everything, has really done a great job. And Paul has the part of the replay going there.
Part of the replay, yeah. And for Johnny Sorensen, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, I believe that puts him at 7 rushing touchdowns on the season with 10 quarterback touchdown passes and only 5 interceptions. And you can see the leadership and how vocal Johnny is on the sideline and keeping the guys fired up, and they're dancing around down there smiling. I do think it's got to be a big help to have a 10-day break between games versus Park Center coming here off of a 3-day rest. And then when Park Center goes for it on their own 25-yard line on 4th down early in the first quarter, doesn't make it, and then Park immediately capitalizes. There's a little bit of wind out of your sails.
Set the tone for this game.
Yeah, right. I mean, and and even if they do have some long snapping issues, to give it up on your own 25 is a tough pill to swallow. I know Denny Green sure wouldn't have done that back in his day.
He would have just taken the knee.
Well, humor, we're very little maybe. But there's
high end over end kick. That ball was taken down by number 14, Parker.
Peyton Morrison on the stop. Nice having Howard Luloff up here to help us with spotting and saying out numbers. We appreciate that. Howard, longtime service to the school. There you take a look at the schedule in the last 3 W's and 4 out of 5. And even the Cooper game, I know it was, I believe, 17-14 at one point, something like that. And then Cooper really put it into high gear, and they're 8-0 on the season.
Well, I think St. Louis Park started off 14-0 actually in that game, John, and then the second half was totally Cooper. But
you might be right. You might be right. Definitely. Illegal procedure was being whistled by. Oh,
that's right.
Although he
offsides on the Pirates.
Offsides on the Pirates. So did they line up offsides?
I think
that's going to make a coach upset if you line up offside, right?
You sometimes see where you don't have enough men up on the line, but
right.
You don't usually line up offside. So
well, and then I just look at the bottom screen. The receiver almost lined up offside on the bottom too there.
Quarterback back to pass now. Starts up on the far sidelines and is pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Good man-to-man coverage all along by the Orioles defensively. You're getting Malone and Dvorak, Adams, and even Bauer from his safety spot helps out. We mentioned Morrison a lot on some of the tackles. Jacob Riley and Armando Morelli also playing at the linebacker slot for Park. And of course, we see Lopez Barrera. When the Orioles run that 3-4, you got so much speed with Barrera and Morelli on the outside. And then Morrison also has some good speed, and Riley has, some athleticism too. So,
right. Tamba's the leading rusher on this team, and right now he's out of the game plan. Here's a throw across the middle, incomplete, and we get a flag.
Ronald Garrison was intentional.
Yeah, Morrison may have had his back a little bit,
and not in a good way for Park fans. He might have been holding a little bit or grabbing a little material.
So pass interference, a call against the St. Louis Park Orioles.
Pass interference.
That'll be a first down for the Pirates. Here's a look at it again.
First down for the Pirates.
Pass maybe in the left arm, left hand on the part of the jersey. Well, that's all right. Gives the defense a chance to work some more. He just joined us. 3 first-quarter touchdowns, 2 off of turnovers that created short fields. 2 running touchdowns by Johnny Sorensen, and the Park out to a 21-0 lead here.
Stein lines up to the near side. Tamba in the backfield, back to pass. They're going to throw to Tamba out of the backfield, and Tamba is wrapped up quickly by Adams at the 41. So no gain. Great pursuit by Adams.
And look at right off on a blitz package, Lopez Barrera doesn't allow much time for the quarterback to throw. He delivers a nice strike, but Adams able to contain and get an ankle tackle there with both hands. Otherwise, it would have been another 5-6 yards.
You notice Lopez Barrera came in so hard on the quarterback, but was able to not slam him down. He kept him but he did a great job not to create a penalty, which a lot of times when you get to the quarterback, you tend to follow through, and a good job by Barrera.
Right, exactly.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Back to pass thrown again in the flat. It's caught. Breaking a tackle.
Breaking a couple tackles is 14. somehow was able to get 3 yards.
Yeah.
He ran about 20 to get 3, but
That's
that was an inside wide receiver screen. He was the far receiver, and he broke in, and they hit him. Watch, I don't see. We don't have a wide angle.
Yeah,
screen.
this is Levante Parker.
Yeah. Levante gets partially tackled by Barrera.
Barrera just stuck down, and you see Adams coming from behind.
There's Bauer, rolls at him. 4 guys actually got a hand or missed on him, and he only gained 3 yards, even with that being said. So
that's a 3rd down from the 45.
So you look at Riley Dvorak at the bottom of the screen here with Lopez Barrera. We talked about both teams running a 3-4 defense. Orioles really like to show their linebacker blitzes, sometimes late, do a lot of deception and fashion. There's another blitz on the top side.
Yep, there's a lot of pressure. They run a screen pass to Tamba, and Tamba gets taken down right at the 50-yard line. That's a great tackle, and that may have been Adams again. This is or Malone.
And there was, there's a right call for Park Center. You had a right outside linebacker blitz, so you were able to pull, you were able to throw the screenplay, and he wasn't there. But good support by the safety position, and Adams able to help there.
So Malone comes up with a big tackle, making it 4th down and 2 to go. Park Center will go for it here. Jamel Brown comes back to the huddle.
So another 4th down at midfield here. Park Center's got to feel like we don't have a big play offense. We only scored 17 last week. We haven't scored a lot this year. We really need this 1st down to score now.
And the handoff Tamba, and Tamba will have a 1st down. One of the first. I don't know if Park Center has had any.
No, and they ran a counter play with Flores back behind the left guard, behind Flores there, I should say. Created just enough space off the bottom side block. Pinned down on the nose guard, it looked pretty good that time too. So good job by the center for Park Center. They are able to get their first down. Both teams not necessarily a lot of players, smaller size rosters, so
Stein on the far side, Flores on the near side. Delay a game.
Yeah, that kind of took a while for the signal to be signaled in, and then they're kind of methodical, and I don't know, they didn't really rush to the line of scrimmage, so now you can make sure that they'll do it in about 10 seconds. Here you take a look under center.
Back to pass, deep drop, throw over the middle, open, and a diving attempt by Flores. Ball hits the ground and incomplete.
Boy, Ordorf just about derailed the quarterback big time here. Watch 42 for Park with he fights off the block by the left guard and the center, gets his hand almost on the ball, and somehow the ball throw is delivered actually really close to being caught. So nice strength by the PC quarterback, Jamal Brown, to able to stay in the pocket and deliver that with a Mack truck bearing down on you.
Roby and Tamba, and the handoff is Roby, the up back, and Roby gets to about the 48. Adams again.
We should mention that we always talk about offensive statistics, but we mentioned Lopez Barrera and Adams. DeDeffo and Morrison, along with Armano and Morelli, also with the tackles in the 40 to 50 range for the season. So those guys have been averaging 5-6 tackles a game as well. So you got 5 or 6 guys that have really a late time out here. So Bruce, what's been going on on the home front? I hear you've got a homecoming king in the family. Any comment on that, or do we want to go? We want to go there?
On behalf of him, he'll say no comments, Dad. So we'll leave that one alone. But yeah, it's pretty exciting, and Benji and Hannah Brown for Armstrong, they're the king and queen.
Yeah.
So.
It's good to, and now when you run into Bruce Hoberman around St. Louis Park, you can make sure you shake his hand, congratulate him, and thank him for 37 years announcing, and say it's good to have royalty in your family. 39, okay. It's good to have royalty in the family. So
next year will be 40 with ParkTV
and a special party next year, I understand, for your 40th anniversary.
Hey, we're past 40 here in the press box. 41 KDXL radio starting.
KDXL, and people don't realize that KDXL radio was a really big thing when it started in '77, and you were one of the originals along with Stuart Held and you mentioned some of the famous people, but was it '79 that Cablevision started? Cable TV started, Northern Cablevision?
Right. So I did 2 years as sports director, and I did color. Jerry Stepanek was play-by-play announcer for at the time for KDXL radio, and then when Northern Cablevision came in and I graduated, then I went on to for many years to do.
Right. And I was your cameraman in the fall of '80 a couple times for soccer. Pre-IRA announcing.
Back then we had the Augie Schmidt show, the Minnesota Kick Soccer show. Did a lot of
fun stuff.
Over the middle, and
nice job by Adam Bauer. Going to intercept that. He stepped right up. He read that all the way from his safety slot.
Well, I couldn't tell because Stein had just as close of a shot at that ball, but Bauer with a great interception.
Yeah. And you can watch from his safety spot how the quarterback doesn't really look off to any other receivers, and he sells us, and it's a long pass down the field, and he delivers it, but Bauer had stepped up. Well, you can't really tell from there, but he was on the down part of the screen there. So nice job by the Orioles, and 1st and 10 for the Orange and Black Express here on Halloween Saturday. A lot of Halloween parties today, so.
You gotta like having the black and orange for Halloween.
The Orange and Black Express from St. Louis Park out there today, so. I'm sure a few of those guys will be putting on costumes tonight.
Keeper Sorensen.
Look at that 360 move. He's so elusive. It's like it's fun to watch. You know, in so many ways. Running the ball, throwing the ball.
Yeah, and that's a read option play. He had a chance to even flip the ball off to Akili Ferris on the right flat, but elected to keep the football, get about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah. You mentioned the read option. He's got his choice, flexibility that you get with a senior signal caller.
Oh, we're going to throw the ball. Ferris, he throws it. And incomplete.
Good. Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, you're okay.
It was a nice flip to Ferris, and because he's a left-handed thrower running to his left in speed, just a little too much maybe under the ball, but a nice throw and a nice spiral. Just a tad, maybe not underneath it, but inside on the play, and 11, and a nice play for the Pirates.
Trajan Raker making the nice defensive play for the Pirates, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So Raker really does some good work that time. But I like that signal call. Trips on the bottom of the screen. Again, Orioles continue with the 4 wide out spread formation. Players in motion.
And they just hand off.
Wow.
Sledge is taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Great play by number 50 that time. That's Schnobrich.
We've called his name a lot from left tackle and Flores from left guard. Both getting got some size to them, and they got some angles off their blocks and caused a loss.
Blake Wilkins back to receive the punt. Rodelius Palmer standing back at the 15-yard line, his 2nd punt of the game.
Nice snap.
Low trajectory on that kick as it filled it at the 40 to the 45 and pulled down by Kai McKee.
Nice one. We see McKee a lot offensively as a senior, getting receptions, and they're on the special teams. It's a low line drive kick. It didn't get more than 5-6 yards above the line of scrimmage. It was kind of interesting, but luckily it wasn't a big return.
They keep that one out of the wind.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at the flag.
They're not moving at all. We don't have, yeah, exactly. That's where we want to have a Hoberman coffin corner, like 50-yard punt, right with a lot of height underneath it.
You got to love at least the new press box windows you can see through. Remember the old one, John? We had to open the windows on these cold days because we couldn't see through the window.
I know. It's like being in a modern facility. Exactly.
Got to give a lot of credit to our camera people out there today, though. And here's Tamba. Tamba gets outside, chased by Barrera, and is pulled down.
Good 9-yard game that time. He goes behind the left side as he follows his left tackle, Snowbrick, as well that time. Snowbrick plays both sides on the ball. Riley Dvorak late there. Riley did a nice job fending off the receiver and getting a right arm to at least knock him out of bounds, even though it was a 9-yard game.
Second and 1, Park Center looking for their first points of the game. They trail 21-0. 6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. And the handoff.
Misdirection.
This is Tamba. It goes all the way across to the near sideline and gets out at about the 33-yard line. There'll be a first down for the Pirates.
So they go left, they go right, and they spread it out wide. And with Tamba's speed, he just races to the outside. Nice block that time. Maybe a tackle, though. 77 for the Pirates. Jacob Buford, did you see him tackle the Oriole player on his block? It was like a pancake. He landed on top of him.
This is the furthest that Pirates have penetrated into St. Louis Park territory.
You see Buford, the big right tackle for them in the pink chair. He just flattened him there. Buford's got to be a good 320.
Quarterback keeper.
Ooh, nowhere to go that time.
A great tackle by DeDefo.
DeDefo, the junior, getting some, we mentioned him, 4th or 5th on the team in tackles for DeDefo. Really good penetration right away. Fends off his block, gets good support on David Gutierrez, another junior, helps on the tackle. Good to call those juniors. We mentioned that, 6 underclassmen starting on offense for Park. Defensively as well for St. Louis Park, you've also got, I believe, 5 underclassmen starting, 6 underclassmen starting. So a lot of players will be back next year for Park too. That's good for Coach Wolf. When you got 12 starters returning in high school football for next year, that's pretty good considering there's only 22 starters. So Gutierrez, DeDefo, Thompson, Barrera, and Morelli, along with Adam Bauer. So you can see the work these kids put in the offseason. We talked about it the opening day against Kennedy.
Well, the trips to the left side, including Ayo Bob DeMelli, and that's the one that the announcers hoping, the PA announcers hoping does not have an opportunity to score the football.
Bob.
Oh, he's hit as he throws the football, and it's incomplete.
Boy, I want to hear Bob Dinelli get a reception here. 52, exactly. Peyton Morrison. Barrera got held up on a nice block that time. Almost gets him here. Barrera just misses him. But Morrison closes with speed and really almost caused the total. He should have just delivered that ball out of bounds, but instead Morrison almost caused an interception to be made. So it's fun to see.
We'll call him Ayo. Ayo over on the far side.
Ayo.
Back to pass. And they throw it long over the middle. It's complete. First down, and it could be a touchdown. And it is.
Ronald Garrison wide open as he came from his wide receiver slot. Not really, had a couple yards on his secondary defender. And a nicely delivered ball that time by Brown. Good velocity on it. It was thrown a little bit behind him, but just enough behind him that he could get it. And Morrison, he had a wide receiver on a linebacker and maybe a tad difference in speed. Peyton's a great athlete, but obviously you take a look at number 80 over there, Garrison, he showed his wheels. But just what they really needed. They make the 4th down, they get the big play.
Kick is blocked.
Yeah, low line drive. Might have hit somebody right in the stomach, actually. I'm not sure there. I think I'll look at this. A little bit of a low snap. Oh, he could, yeah, like, nice. Oh, you know what happened? The holder turned it just a tad, but unfortunately, the ball actually might have hit the holder's right hand on the kick and never left the whole kicking area.
Yeah, that's Braulio Aguilar as a kicker. We're going to take a look at the touchdown again.
Garrison.
Nice pass over the top. There's Morrison.
That's a big size for a high school wide receiver, isn't it? I mean, isn't that a big kid for high school wideouts? Garrison? I don't know what size you have for him.
He's a tight end, 215 pounds.
Yeah, I was going to say.
6'4".
6'4". That's pretty darn big for a guy running routes, exactly. So my apologies to Peyton Morrison. I think I said we had a wide receiver on a linebacker. It was tight end on linebacker, so Peyton manned up and was doing the right thing. He always is making good choices, I'm sure.
(21-6) the score. Another flag. We've seen a lot of flags in this football game, mostly against Park Center. Is that offsides on the kickoff? Yeah.
It sure hasn't warmed up. I'm glad this was an afternoon game. When you told me it was a 1 o'clock game, I thought, oh, it'll be warmer. That's great. And then on Wednesday, I really thought, oh, that's great. It'll be warm like Wednesday. And then as the cold front moved in, 8 to 10 inches up in Duluth, I heard, huh, Bruce?
They did. They did.
Yeah.
I'm sure glad we're not covering the Duluth East team.
I was hoping for a winter like last year, so I don't know if we're off to the right start. But oh, I thought.
Oh, kick to
Wow.
the short guy. That's Samaj Mitchell. And Samaj is just pulling the defenders out to the 42, 43 yard line.
Yeah, like he was just carrying him on his back that time for 5 years. So.
That one might have hurt. That was like hit him right in the chest. That was a line shot.
Right. Ooh. Ooh, not in that last tackle by 18. I didn't get the number. Yeah, Nelson Flores really high on that, so I could have got hurt that time.
There's a McKee line up on the far sideline.
You got Ferris up top.
Yep.
Along with Clares, I believe, and
Mitchell to the near sideline.
3-4. Here's another blitz.
Quick pass, Ferris, and he is taken down quickly.
Talk about reading that well. Number 3 for
Yeah, Rudy Seal.
He really stepped up in a major way and read that immediately. Came right from his safety spot and bam. He was 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage at the moment that ball was snapped. So
again, trips to the far side. Mitchell single coverage and the handoff to Sledge. He is pulled down. Again, number 50, that's Snowbrick.
I tell you, with Snowbrick with penetration all day long, you can see he's nearly 300 pounds, low center of gravity. He's really doing a nice job off his left tackle spot, coming right in and just, boy, when you get the ball and you've got a defensive tackle already in your backfield, you know you've been beaten clean.
So Park Center picking things up a little bit defensively here over the last couple possessions that St. Louis Park has had. See if they try and throw to Mitchell on the near side. Back to pass, no, they throw over the middle, and I don't know. That was no one in that vicinity.
Yeah, and even if that's caught, you got a linebacker. Boy, talk about a momentum builder. You get the 30-yard touchdown pass, and then you get 2 good plays defensively, and now Park Center is going to get the ball back again. And what was a 21-0 game is now 21-7 with Park Center getting it back with 3 to go. 21-6, excuse me. I got excited about the missed extra point. But yeah, good momentum builder. Let's see if Park Center can make a game of this.
So back for Park Center will be number 12 Wilkins and number 14 Parker. Rudelius, so high kick. He had to get that one up in there because the defenders are coming in quickly, and it's going to be a very short punt and good field position for Park Center at their own 44-yard line. So this game's getting a little interesting right now, Jen.
It is.
More than what St. Louis Park wants.
And besides Garrison, number 40 that time, Smith for them almost on the block. So we'll see what happens here. Orioles maybe a little bit excited after the 3rd score and feeling like they had things well in hand, but it was still early in the 2nd quarter. And
again, this is a Park Center team that beat Irondale, so you know they're capable.
Well, and Park got the first 3 scores on them and really maybe took them out of their element with. But just getting that 1 4th down conversion and then the long pass delivered nicely by Brown to Garrison has really cemented it. And then their defense came out fired up. You mentioned Snowbrick a lot already defensively, but he's done a nice job offensively as a tackle as well for them. Debs, Snowbrick, and Daly up front to the defensive side for Park Center.
Not sure what
the holdup is here. Yeah, I don't know. There's a big explanation being given over to the head coach over there, but
trips to the near side. Back to pass. Mel Brown throws in the flat. It's caught by number 14. Breaks the tackle. And a first down. That's Levante Parker. And Levante Parker inside Oriole territory at the 40-yard line.
And you can just see how he never said die, and he kept going. And it took 4 or 5 guys to bring him down that time after he gets this wide receiver screen pass.
First Malone, and then
1, 2, 3, 4. Then gang tackled. So he beat 2 tackles clean and another first down. Still 3 to go in the second quarter here.
Oh, looked like they were going to hand off, and from a broken play, quarterback keeps it and takes it down to the 35-yard line. That ball popped up into the air, and Jamal Brown grabbed it. I don't know if he's going to hand off to Tamba or not. Let's take a look here.
Yeah.
Watch right
here.
here.
I think it might have been I don't know. Maybe hard to know if it was a broken play or not, but probably did the right thing. If it was a pass play, it all got out of whack because of the high snap.
Right. Tamba ran into him. So.
Tamba. Oh, nice job that time by Morrison coming up from his middle linebacker slot. If he doesn't get him, it could have been a 6-8-yard gain.
I think if you take a look here, you'll see that Lopez Barrero is blitzing, and that may have
created a space there because he got knocked to the outside and knocked down.
Right.
But Morrison it would have been a good play if they could have contained Morrison for Park Center. You like having the numbers on the helmets too, Bruce, for Park?
Well, I can't see that far.
I know. It's nice for the replays, you know what I mean? But yeah.
I didn't even notice. Back to pass. Brown. He looks. He's got time to throw. Throws over the middle.
Oh, and he had
behind.
his man. Boy, did
that was Io.
Yeah, he had Io wide open that time there. Io Badaio or Io Badaimili. Did we figure out a pronunciation on that? Io Badaimili. Io Badaimili. Almost got that one, but it was way behind him. So
Brings up 4th down.
Does she go by Io? A little nickname maybe. So just under 2 minutes to go here.
4th down. They're going to go for it here. Under 2 minutes to go. Back to pass. Brown. Under pressure. He's got to let it go. Player open. And Io Bomadelli catches it. And a penalty flag.
He came back on Dvorak and makes the catch, but the flags come right on it, like making it sound like it's defensive pass interference as Orioles are walking back down that way. Perhaps on Dvorak? I'm not quite sure. But either way.
So a big conversion on a 4th down.
I hope we have a wide angle shot on this pass play. Probably not.
There it is. Oh yeah, got there early.
Yeah, just got there early. But you know, even with that, he made the catch. So you got to give credit to the Park Center player that time. They're not getting interfered with or having it stand up here.
St. Louis Park's gonna call a timeout.
Timeout orders.
Good call for St. Louis Park. I think they really need to get things. This is a big part of the game for St. Louis Park. We need to see if they can hold Park Center here.
Yeah, on a cool, nippy October 28th day. Section semifinals in football. The winner is going to play the winner of the Cooper Spring Lake Park game. There you take a look at Park Center regular season. Really, they've had 2 wins, North St. Paul, convincing, and then Richfield, who also Park beat. Let's see, Park Center lost to Cooper by 27. Park beat De La Salle a couple weeks ago, too, so that's a common opponent, or Park's last game, correct, was De La Salle. I believe that's right.
And I know, Benilde and Holy Angels really dominated against De La Salle. So I'm not sure if, De La Salle, that may have been De La Salle's only win.
Right. And speaking of Benilde St. Margaret, they're #1 in their section and ranked 2nd in Class 4A, trying to defend their Prep Bowl championship. Eden Prairie #1 in 6A, Chaska #1 in 5A, followed by Cooper. I mentioned Benilde, followed by Waconia in 4A.
Hand off Tamba. Tamba gets down to about the 5-yard line.
Number 4, Tamba on the carry for the Pirates.
Mr. Tamba man. I keep wanting to say tambourine, but I won't do it. So. So Morrison helps on and some gang tackling, but first and goal at the 5-yard line. Got another
so
officials timeout. We didn't have it.
Park Center was trailing by 15 points. They're going to get back in this game, and they score a touchdown. You know, they'll go for 2.
Right, and talk about it was 21-0 just 2.5 minutes ago. So all the momentum. Let's see if Park can pull it together here.
Roby and Tamba in the backfield. Brown under center. Brown gives to Tamba. Tamba tries to get outside. He's chased, and he dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Park Center.
He just beats Bauer on the corner there. Nothing he could do about it, and nothing also. And a big score to make it 21-12 here with 1:15 to go in the second quarter. And you will see them, I assume, go for 2.
Got a football game now, John.
Look at him dive for that pylon and get that angle just over it. And you see the words of encouragement by the trainer for Park Center there.
Well, big momentum boost for Park Center as we get close to halftime with them to go in the locker room. St. Louis Park still with 1:15 to go and 2 timeouts left.
Right.
Park Center knows this could be a big 2-point conversion, so they're going to call a timeout.
You see, I thought it was Bauer, but it was Malone who tried for the angle on the tackle there against the pylon. Didn't quite have the angle to get it, but take a look over at the Park Center bench. A little equipment adjustment on the face mask. Perhaps the helmet came loose.
Quite a few people in the stands for a cold afternoon, John.
Yeah, a pretty good student section for a Saturday afternoon too.
They're not wearing their Halloween costumes yet. I hear you got a Halloween party tonight to go to.
Yeah, I'm sure you and Dana have something in store. I'm sure.
Movie night.
Good, even better. Yeah, I haven't been to a Halloween party in several years, but now that I'm single, I'm going to go to one. So.
Well, now they have number 28 in the backfield for the first time. That's
Okay.
Andrews.
Fresh body. Looks like he's built pretty well.
Back to pass. Rolling, and Brown dives to the end zone, and he is taken down. And that was a very, very tough hit.
Bauer, and was it Dvorak on part of that? It was a freight train, so that makes it still a two-score game because it's a 9-point.
Well, he had a head of steam heading to the end zone, and it looked like he had the end zone. But just look at the Orioles come up at the last second.
Dvorak and Bauer. No, you're right. You didn't get a lot of help from his big tight end running. Tight end 6'4", 215. You needed him to help block better. Interesting to see if the Orioles, after the kickoff here, if they try to create some momentum with 2 consecutive scores for Park Center in the last 3 minutes of the half. You would hope that Coach Wolf can get something moving forward where you can move the stakes, and perhaps with a good field goal kicker, the Orioles can at least get a chance to get it in some field goal range from the 10th.
Well, I think what's going to determine that is the field position that the Orioles have after this kick. So we'll see if, my guess is if they get it across the 20-yard line, they'll maybe have some opportunities. If they're pinned deep in their own territory, they'll probably just run the clock out.
2 timeouts left for Park and 1:15.
St. Louis Park, I think they received to start the second half too. We'll see the returnable kick.
Oh, run into each other, so.
Yeah, Ferris gets to the 25-yard line. So this is the field position that's interesting, where you want to maybe take a little bit of a chance, but not too much.
Right, yeah. I was hoping we'd be getting the ball out to the 35 at least, so maybe Coach Wolf will maybe do a draw play or something on the ground here to see if he can get a first down, and if he gets 1 first down, then maybe he'll shorten the clock up and use the timeouts a little bit. We'll see.
Again, you instruct your quarterback, don't make the bad throws here. Just you're going to make a throw, make sure it's a good one. Here's a quick pass. Mitchell could get out of bounds, but he takes it
probably a mistake there. Mitchell could have got a 5 yards and gone right out of bounds. Instead, he stays in bounds. No huddle, under a minute.
Second down.
Yeah, trying for the big play there. Sorensen, quick play again. Oh, that was knocked down by number 80.
Yeah, Garrison, who scored the touchdown, huge hand, 6'4", 215. Ran the same exact play 2 plays in a row, so Garrison was ready for that one. Got that big mid up there.
See if St. Louis Park tries to run the football here and make Park Center call a timeout if they don't get the first down. Trips to the wide side. There is that handoff. And boy, Park Center is going to call a quick timeout.
Right. Yeah, Park Center's.
Oh, they're not calling the timeout yet.
Guess not.
Now they do. They let a lot of time go off the clock.
Yeah, they could have had maybe 45 seconds remaining instead of 35. So Park going to be forced to punt the ball here deep from their own zone on the 30-yard line.
Park Center is claiming maybe that they called a timeout earlier.
Now the clock's running again. I'm confused. Clock just ran another 20 seconds off of it. I think the officials are gonna probably reset the clock here, get together. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if you hear anything or. What do they want? 38. Probably reset to 38 seconds on the clock. Yeah, crack crew here, scorekeeper and announcer mentioned that they started it, they stopped it, they started it, they started it. So don't know what to do. So.
Well, I gotta return this mug here. Lifetime guarantee, 3 hours. Cold hot chocolate. That's not very good.
Is it already cold?
It's cold.
Mine's cold too. Yeah.
I was looking for the plug-in. It didn't have one. St. Louis Park has to be careful. They got to get this punt off. They've had some pressure on some previous punts. Is this Sorensen back there? No, it's Redelius Palmer.
Wow.
Wow, this is a line driver. Takes a hop. Number 14, he's got ahead of Steve.
And he might have the pylon. Wow.
Oh, and out of bounds. Boy, the coaches are upset. Look at this. And now a flag. One of the Orioles is down.
Yeah, the kicker, Redelius Palmer, really got blocked. Not sure if it was clean as he tried to pursue. See what the flag is, if it's going to come back. I think it was on the return. It might have been a block from behind or a tripping or a. That was the kicker, yeah, Redelius Palmer. Paulie, can you show that one more time? It looks like we got a little bit of a break here.
I don't know if Palmer is.
He's really dinged
hurt.
up.
Yeah.
I mean, look on the, yeah, we don't quite get it. Top of the spot, right side of the screen. There you go, watch right there. See it from just from behind. It's got to be a clip, isn't it? I mean, he literally drilled him from behind. That's what I thought. Did you? There's no foul. Yeah, same kind of thing. So that'll bring it 15 yards back from the spot of the infraction. It should be, and I think the infraction was around the 40-yard line. So that should move it all the way back into Park Center territory. I assume.
A big penalty because what a return was set up right there.
Because it was right at the 40-yard line roughly where Redelius Palmer got creamed. They don't seem to know where it was, but they're going to guess it was the 35-yard line. They should be moving it back from there, 15 yards. So back to midfield. So anyway, the spot, at least they got the spot right of where the infraction occurred. So that's a big momentum saver. At least gives Park another 20 yards. So instead of on the 25-yard line, it'll be at the 45-yard line roughly. 1st and 10, you mentioned. It was a long return, and he had a great angle. It was a personal foul. Could have been a clip, but.
And Redelius Palmer, I'm looking there. They're checking his.
You can. No, he didn't. It was more of a side hit, and because he's a punter, he wasn't expecting anyone from the side. That's the way I saw that too. Good camera work by our crew to slow that down where you could really see. So that goes all the way back to the 40 of their 40-yard line. So
I don't know if it's one of those defenseless players, but it wasn't.
right.
You know, he looks like he's okay. I think he's grabbed some water. I've just been watching on the sidelines, and now he's up and not very wobbly. There's a pass and fumble.
Oh, and a fumble.
And the Orioles pick it up, and they have it at the 20-yard line with 14 seconds to go.
I don't know if that was a lateral pass or if it was a true fumble, but watch what happens again here. So what a
watch Parker.
It wasn't. Oh, it was a. Might have,
Parker, and he was Malone made the play and picked up. And this is how tough it is to pick up on the sideline.
Look at the ball rolling.
Oh, look at
he threw it to himself 8 yards like the fumble-rooski. He fumble-rooskied it 7 yards ahead. Remember that?
Well, that's Adams, and that ball was straddling the sideline and never went out of bounds.
And I love how he pushed it forward.
Well, here's an interesting factor. Is Rodelius Palmer going to be good enough to kick a field goal?
Yeah, we might need a backup.
Because if we don't score a touchdown here, we're in field goal range.
Right. Yeah, he's got 2 field goals, Bruce, on the year in the 30 to 39 category.
Right.
We looked at the distance I saw online.
I'm just trying to see if he's out. Fake, and now they're going to throw the corner
Wide
open. Samaji Mitchell, and he can't get it at the pylon.
Mitchell was open there, got it on the tips, but it was a little bit too much under it, and it was sailing out of bounds. So still 9 seconds to go, but nice execution that time.
Right at the pylon.
And you can see the head fake by Sorensen that sells the linebacker.
Look at this, and it was a really good throw, but just a little bit too far. I don't think he could have got his feet in.
Yeah, he would have needed to be 10 feet tall and the Jolly Green Giant to get that. So what do you do here, Bruce? Probably just got to throw through the end zone, I think.
So now we're seeing double coverage on the far side before we single coverage. Let's see if maybe they
just going to throw it up here in the end zone. Quarterback draw.
Throws. And there's still 2 seconds to go.
Yeah, I thought that would take more time, but Johnny faked the quarterback draw and he found
Sledge. Yeah.
Found Sledge is running back out of the backfield.
That's an Orioles first down.
So Rodelius Palmer's coming on the field.
Have they done the vision test on Rodelius Palmer? Does he know how many fingers they're holding up? I know they've got the concussion protocol. He's got to be fine if they're having him out there. Just a tough block. And Rodelius Palmer 7 for 12 on the year in field goals, 18 for 20 on point after touchdowns. So should be somewhere in that 25-yard range, I think. Yeah, very well might be. This will be the last play of the half. It'd be about a 27-yard field goal, 28-yarder if they did that.
Well, again, it's a 9-point game.
Palmer's out there.
Yep.
And it makes it a 12-point game. You're already in a 2-score game, but
well, let's see if Sorensen could fake here too. So
yeah, as the holder, he can do whatever he wants, right? That's a great thing about having a sure hands Johnny up back there. Right on the right hash, so he's got to pull it to the middle of the field. Not easy for a kicker.
That kick is up, and it is no good.
I think he missed to the right, which is difficult to do when you're on that right hash. It's not easy to. So that'll keep it at 21-12.
That brings us to
take a look at the hold. A little low snap. Sorensen with a nice job on the snap. Real low trajectory kick, but just off to the right. Just, yeah, you can tell it just missed it by a couple feet. So almost the Orioles able to capitalize to regain the momentum. I still would say going into the half, all the momentum is probably going to Park Center at this point, Bruce. So we'll see what Coach Wolf, what he has in store for regrouping and what kind of changes he makes. Some adjustments will have to be made.
Yeah, and I think, again, they started off quick, 21 unanswered points, John, and you just wonder sometimes if you become a little overconfident and in the game. I think St. Louis Park will regroup. I think they get the ball to start the second half, and we'll see what they can do. So,
well, and I know one thing I can do is warm up at halftime, and I would encourage you to do that too.
All right, John. So you're going to walk over to McDonald's again for your second hot chocolate?
I'm thinking about a frozen yogurt.
We did that last year, right?
For the Lightning game, right?
Yeah, the Lightning game against Spring Lake Park. So,
yeah.
All right, we're at halftime here from St. Louis Park. The score of the Orioles 21, Park Center 12. We'll be back shortly.
You're always trying to keep your kids safe, right? What about preventing concussion? Concussion can happen anywhere, on a sports field, at the park, even at home. So you need to know the ABCs. Assess the situation, be alert for signs and symptoms, and contact a healthcare professional. Most kids recover completely, but seek care to help them get better faster. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. Keep kids safe. It's as simple as ABC.
Bruce Overton along with John Fromm. This is Section 5A semifinal game. St. Louis Park Center. And St. Louis Park leads 21-12 right now. Park Center will kick off to start the second half. They've scored 12 unanswered points against Park in the second quarter. End over end kick. And a handoff from Karan gives it to Samaj Mitchell. Mitchell breaks one tackle, gets to the 30-yard line, and then he is pulled down by number 88, Marvin Henderson.
Mitchell looks like he has plenty of dance moves. He made 3 guys miss on that sequence.
So see if St. Louis Park can get some momentum back after seeing that momentum go away in the second quarter. St. Louis Park missing a field goal to end the first half. Samaj Mitchell having some problems with his face mask, and they're going to have to bring in a substitution. That'll be number 9, Alex Riley, coming in. So Alex Riley will line up to the near sideline.
He's starting things here.
And the keeper, this is Sorensen. Sorensen with a big head of steam as he gets to about the 40-yard line. Boy, Sorensen got great size, great speed, and he was able to get all the way down inside Pirate territory at the 40-yard line.
You see just a fake. He held onto the ball on the fake so long it sold it as a running play to the running back.
Well, and great blocking. Great blocking by the offensive line to open that hole for Sorensen, too.
Right. Yeah, they sure do a nice job up front. There's no doubt about it. You got Medina, Christensen, Olsen, Corpron. I think that was Olsen who really held his block from center quite well on that quarterback draw again.
Well, great play to start the second half for the St. Louis Park Orioles. Back to pass, the quick throw on the flat behind Sledge.
Number 17, Sorensen's pass, the 10 for number 30, Sledge.
They've tried to run that play to that where Sorensen just throws real quick pass in the flat. They ran that to Mitchell a few times, and now this time to Sledge. I don't think he had the blocking in front. You see the defender coming in on the play, so that may not have gone for much. Ferris heading over to the far side. So you got McKee and Mitchell to the near side. And this is a keeper again for Sorensen, and taken down that time by number 31, and that's Teddy Flomo.
Teddy Flomo?
Flomo.
That's an interesting name. That's my color for something.
Third down for the Orioles. Ball at the 37-yard line.
Couple audibles here. We'll see what he checks down to. Players in motion.
Back to pass. So you got to toss it up. Has a player open, but again, just too much air underneath that one. And Ferris saying maybe he was held a little bit, but no call. Let's see if we can see Ferris if there's any contact.
Yeah, hard to tell if he was held a little bit. Orioles, I guess they're going to go for it here, being it's at around the 38-yard line. They're not going to punch here. 4th and 7, 4th and 6. No substitutions in, so key at the top of the screen.
Well, don't forget Sorensen can punt. I think he will.
He's actually lined up like he's going to, so Johnny will just drop it away. Oh, no, he won't fake to the up man.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So they tried the trickery on that one touchdown. We got the trickery, but this time it didn't work. And a big nose guard for, I believe that was Debs or Daly. I'm not quite sure who got that.
Well, we saw something like this with Park Center early on where they didn't get that first down, and it gave St. Louis Park momentum. St. Louis Park riled off 21 straight points after that, and now we'll see with Park Center coming up with a big stop and getting good field position at their own 40-yard line.
Right.
Stein comes to the near side. Devontae Parker on the far side. In the backfield is Roby and Tamba. Back to pass. Brown under pressure, and he is hit.
And almost picked off as he was going forward with his forward motion. Not sure what Oriole player almost got him there, but Morrison was involved. And
I think Carl, that number 42.
Yeah.
Ordorf. He got in a hurry. So brings up 2nd down and 10. There's a pitch to Tamba. Tamba gets a block and get about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. They run that pitch play that time, and they bring up a 3rd down, 4 yards to go for the Pirates. Mitchell, Sorensen, and Sorensen were the scores in the first half for St. Louis Park. Garrison and Tamba have the touchdowns for Park Center. Out of the I formation. Back to pass, and it's thrown complete wide open as Devontae Parker. Parker stays on his feet, and he pulls the defenders inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
First down, Pirates.
So Park Center will operate out of the I formation. Handoff. That's Roby, and Roby gets inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line.
Brought down by number 84, Stadler for the Orioles.
So the ball at the 33-yard line.
2nd down.
They'll bring up a 2nd down. Up man. That's Roby.
Number 5, Roby on the carry.
So Roby's going to move the chains for Park Center. Now they have the ball at the 28-yard line. So Park Center looking to get back in this ball game. They trail by 9 points. They've scored 12 unanswered points against the St. Louis Park Orioles. And that's a handoff to that man, Roby. Roby is stacked up after a gain of a couple. Orioles coach is trying to get this defense fired up here. Park Center is really dominated in the 2nd quarter, and now here in the 3rd offensively, they've been able to move the football. Split Stein out to the near side. Back to pass. Looking for Parker. Throws it up over the middle, and it's incomplete. Bauer tripped up, and that throw is a little low. Otherwise, Bauer may have had the interception.
3rd down.
So 3rd down and 8 now. See that ball just short hop Bauer. Back to pass, under pressure, throws a screen pass, and it's incomplete. That was actually a good play to call with the pressure that was put on, and the pass intended for Tamba. It was incomplete, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And we'll see Park Center go for it here. Adams coming in last second there. So again, Parker on the far side along with Flores. Stein on the near side along with Garrison. Back to pass, high snap. Orioles put some pressure on, throw over the middle is complete, and a 1st down for Park Center at the 15-yard line. And that's complete to the running back, Tamba. So they bring the running back out of the backfield over the middle, and it's complete. And St. Louis Park tackle that time was Jacob Riley. First and 10 for the Pirates from the 15-yard line. And the pitch. This is Tamba. And Tamba is pulled down from behind.
Tamba on the carry for the Pirates.
Brought down that time by Orioles, Thornton.
2nd down.
Row behind his knees. Now he gets up. And the give to Tamba. And Tamba is pulled down. Pulled down by Karan Adams. And Karan has had a great game, makes the tackle there for Lorenzo. Bring up a 3rd down for the Pirates. Thornton coming back in the game. Ball at the 13-yard line. Jamel back to pass, throws over the middle, and incomplete. That's Malone defending on the play.
It's a 4th down.
So it's thrown up in there for Levante Parker, and good defense by Malone. Both players sort of had an opportunity to see if field goal unit comes on. So Aguilar will attempt the field goal here as the ball placed at the 17-yard line. And this kick is up, and it is no good. That one's wide. Had the distance, but kick is not good. So both field goal kickers have missed the field goal in this game. And St. Louis Park avoids what could have been made this game very, very interesting here. St. Louis Park's offense looked very, very good in the first quarter and has really struggled a little bit. They moved the ball, but unable to convert. And Orioles trying to get the right personnel on the field here. Sorensen will keep it.
Sorensen, the quarterback keeper.
Park Center doing a little better job defensively on that play.
Brings up 2nd down.
Trips to the far side. Samaj Mitchell, the lone receiver here on the near sideline. Sledge in the backfield. And now the throw over the middle, it's complete. Nice catch by Ferris. So Ferris comes over the middle to make the catch at the 35-yard line, and a first down for St. Louis Park.
That's an Orioles.
See, Sorensen fakes to the flat, finds the receiver over the middle. Orioles quickly back up to the line. Now Sorensen steps back off to from under center. Sorensen back to pass, throws to the near side, and that again was for Ferris, but nice play defending on the play was Rudy Peel, and the pass incomplete at the 45-yard line. So that brings up a second down and 10 for the Orioles. St. Louis Park 5-3 on the season, looking to advance to the finals.
Number 23, Ferris on the carry for the
So
Orioles.
Ferris to the near side and out of bounds.
Shot out of bounds by the Pirates. Brings up third down.
Well, it brings up a third down. 7 yards to go. Quick pass. Ferris catches the ball, trying to get out of the tackle and out of the arms of the defender, and was unable to do so. And it's going to bring up a fourth down for the Orioles. But it was actually a good catch by Ferris as he caught it sort of off his back. So he had to reach back a little bit, wait for that ball. And it was a really good tackle by Rudy Peel, who just did not let go. Orioles showing that they're going to go for it here. And now I think we're getting a timeout for Park Center.
Park Center.
Again, I think if you've scouted the St. Louis Park Orioles, Sorensen has punted the football a few times from that position. I think at this point, that would have been a punt. We take a look at the brackets, and Irondale losing to Park Center, so that was number 3 seed going down, and that's how St. Louis Park is in this game against Park Center. Cooper against Spring Lake Park, that game being played today. And if Spring Lake Park wins, if Spring Lake Park upsets Cooper, then St. Louis Park would actually have a home game on next Friday night. And otherwise, St. Louis Park, if they win this game, again, that's barring St. Louis Park is able to still win this football game, and Cooper wins, and St. Louis Park would be at Robbinsdale Cooper. And this is Sorensen. And these punts are really low. And this one is going to be fielded. And a good tackle by the Orioles. That was McKee on the tackle.
Number 12 on the return for the Pirates. Brought down by number 15, McKee for the Orioles. First down, Pirates.
You see Wilkins, and he did a good job to field this football. Otherwise, that one rolls another 5 or 10 yards and gives Park Center field position at about the 18-yard line. Or 28-yard line, excuse me. .409 remaining here in the third quarter. Orioles continue to hold the 21-12 lead. Orioles blitzing on the play, rolling to the far side, Jamel, and throws the ball out of bounds.
Number 2, Brown's pass goes out of bounds. Brings up second down.
See the Orioles coming in with pressure, and Brown did a good job to roll to the far side, but I don't think the pass was intended for that Ayo Bomadelli, but incomplete. So Parker on the far side, Stein on the near side, out of the I formation, and the handoff is Tamba. Tamba breaks one tackle, gets into the secondary, and the Orioles, Dvorak trips him up.
Number 4, Tamba on the carry. Brought down by number 20, Dvorak. Third down.
Nice arm tackle by Dvorak, preventing the first down, and it's going to bring up a third down from the 36-yard line. Again, split the wide outs. Stein on one side, Devontae Parker on another. Back to pass. And under pressure, and they're going to blow the whistle, and it's going to be a sack.
Number 22, Brown is brought down by number 22,
Lopez Barrera with the sack for the St. Louis Park Orioles.
A loss in the play brings up fourth down.
And a good defensive stance for St. Louis Park is going to force the Pirates to punt the football. Well, Bauer is not back very deep here. And now he's going to start trotting back a little bit. Yeah, Bauer standing just at the 50-yard line. Nelson Flores, the punter. We have another equipment malfunction for the Orioles. Yeah, so now Bauer will retreat back at about the 38-yard line. I thought that was a little bit close. Well, that's a high kick, and actually Bauer could have been sitting at the 50-yard line, and he would have been able to catch that football, but not much on that one. And St. Louis Park will have great field position at the 46-yard line.
First down, Orioles.
2:22 remaining in the third quarter. Winner of this game goes on to the final. See if they elect to try and go to Samaj Mitchell. He's getting single coverage on the near sideline. Sorensen, and he hands off. This is Ferris. Gets the block, gets to the near side, and inside Pirate territory at the 46-yard line. So, good first down play for the Orioles.
Number 27 for the Pirates.
Tackle for the Pirates is number 27. That's Augustine Young. Then we're under 2 minutes remaining in the third. Sorensen. Back to pass. And now Sorensen steps up into the pocket, rolls to the near side, and has a first down across the 40-yard line. I think I call it at the 41, but nice run by Sorensen. He looked to pass the ball, and I think it's a play they've run a number of times where they throw it in the flat on the right, but this time Sorensen faked and took off himself running and got to the near sidelines. Was chased out that time by number 31, Flomo. Sorensen, again, he's going to take off and tries to get to the far side. If he can beat the defender, which he can't, he needed a little bit more speed to get around that outside, and a good tackle that time by Wilkins.
Second down.
So second down 9. Trips to the near side. And this is Sorensen, breaks one tackle, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 17, Sorensen, the quarterback keeper. Brought up by number 12.
Sorensen trying to spin away from the defender that time, and a nice tackle that time by number 40
Third down.
on Park Center. That was Shakur Debs. Time ticking in the quarter. We're down to 15 seconds. It's like a passing situation for St. Louis Park. They have trips to the near side, and Sorensen rolls to the near side. He's got time to throw, and now he lets it go for Samaj Mitchell, and he couldn't get it. Now Samaj that time was trying to stay in bounds and juggle the sidelines and pass again just a little bit high. The defender came in on the play late. And you see the defender coming in, getting his hand up, and may have tipped that football. It's a great defensive play. St. Louis Park's going to go for it here. And again, Park Center keeps a defender back in case Sorensen comes back to punt the football. Now Sorensen's going to go back to punt formation, I think. That's a better punt for Sorensen. Filled it at the 5-yard line. Orioles in pursuit. And that's Levante Parker is pulled out of bounds by Samaj Mitchell. Hangs on to the shirt sleeve just long enough to get him out of bounds. And that's the way the quarter ends. So no scoring here in the third quarter. And we're through 3 here from St. Louis Park. Our score of the Orioles 21, Park Center 12. We'll be back with more.
Introducing a breakthrough in time management technology. A whole new day of the week. It's called Someday. Ingenious. Perhaps someday you are going to go skydiving. Enter a hot dog eating contest. Maybe ride a mechanical bull. Now it's on the calendar. You may want to retire someday. Ready for that? You'll really want this. A My Social Security account at socialsecurity.gov. You can estimate your future benefits, plan for your retirement, and how to save for it. If you already receive benefits, you can manage them online. Millions of people already have a My Social Security account. In fact, someone opens one about every 6 seconds. Get yours today, because someday is here at socialsecurity.gov.
Just underway, we just had one play. Tamba with a 1-yard run, and it's going to bring up 2nd down 9 as we're underway here in the 4th quarter. Winner of this game will advance to the finals of the section. Throw to the far side, it's complete.
Number 2, Browns pass.
Stein with the catch.
Number 7, Stein. Shot out of bounds by the Orioles.
The last play at the end of the
Brings up 3rd down.
quarter where we saw the tackle by Samaj Mitchell grabbing the sleeve of the player. Boy, I don't think those sleeves can go much further than that. He's going to have to roll that one back up. May have needed a timeout to do that. So it brings up a 3rd down, couple yards to go for the Pirates. And they're going to hand off, and that's Tamba. And Tamba has a 1st down as he gets pulled down by the sleeve again. This time Barrera pulling him out at the 40-yard line. But a 1st down for the Pirates.
Shot out of bounds by number 22, Lopez Barrera. 1st down, Pirates.
Very fortunate for the Orioles to get that big lead early. They have not been able to score here over the last couple quarters. Orioles trying to hang on here as there's 10 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Right now, the difference in the game, aside from a touchdown, is 2 missed extra points. There's pressure, and the pass to Stein was dropped. Good defense on by Ron Adams, who was on the back of Stein. Had Stein caught that football, probably would have had maybe a gain of a yard. But Jamal Brown is doing a really good job here in the second half, putting the football on target. Orioles showing blitz, and now we have a
Flag on the play.
flag. Offsides on the Orioles.
Offsides. Orioles. Five-yard penalty. Still second down.
Orioles haven't been flagged too many times in this game, but that time offsides will make it second down, 5 yards to go. Orioles coming with some pressure, thrown over the middle, incomplete. There's a little grabbing on both sides, it looked like. There's some contact in the middle, but no call. That pass is intended for Garrison. Morrison defending on the play.
Third down.
Third and 5. Brown back to pass. He's under pressure, throws incomplete. We're gonna have a flag. Lopez Barrera defending on the play, and Tamba. And I think Lopez Barrera was there maybe a little bit early. That should keep the drive alive for the Pirates.
Pass interference on the Orioles. First down, Pirates.
We see the pressure put on, and well, it's close, but Lopez Barrera gets called for the penalty and mark this one at the St. Louis Park 40-yard line. First and 10 for the Pirates. 10:19 to go, and Tamba stays on his feet, and Tamba's finally brought down, but not till he gets about 9.
Number 4, Tamba on the carry. The Pirates brought down number 52, Morrison. Second down.
Maybe the Pirates are wearing down the Orioles defense a little bit here. Stein and Flores to the near side, back to pass. Now we get late pressure, thrown up in the air, open, and out of bounds is Flores. Well, I'll tell you, Brown did a great job to get rid of that football. Had it on target too, but just not enough room for Flores to come down with that one. Take a look again, and yep, his feet were out of bounds. Great call on 3rd down and 1 to take an opportunity there. But St. Louis Park seems to come with the pressure. I think we'll probably see fullback or a halfback run here. Off the fullback. Well, you can see Park Center wants this. You can see how Chris Roby is just fighting for yards.
Roby on the carry. Brought down by number 8,
Malone in on the tackle for the Orioles, and another first down for the Pirates. They're at the 22-yard line. Hand off Tamba, and Tamba stacked up at the 20.
Number 4, Tamba on the carry for the Pirates. Brought down by number 43, Defo.
Defo in on the tackle for the Orioles, and
Second down.
bring up a second down. Park Center's only wins of the season were 42-30 against Richfield and 34-15 against North St. Paul. From the 20-yard line, the handoff Tamba. He goes down.
Number 4, Tamba on the carry. Brought down by number 10, Riley. Third down.
See Riley in on the tackle for the Orioles. A big third down for the Pirates. And the fullback comes out of the game, Roby. So it looks like they're going to be in passing formation. Ayobamadelli to the near side, along with Garrison on the far side. Side is Stein and Parker. Looking deep, thrown over the middle, and too far. Intended for Parker, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. This will be an interesting decision now to see if Park Center will try for another field goal attempt to try and make it a one-score game. And they look to the sidelines, and they're going to go for it here. 4th down 7. This is a huge play in this football game. St. Louis Park needs to come up with a stop. Stein and Parker on the far side. The tight end is Garrison, back to pass. No pressure. Thrown over the middle, complete. First down and more as they get inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line. The throw to the tight end, Garrison.
Brown, the pass is complete to number 80, Garrison. Brought down by number 12, Adams. First down, Pirates.
So the Pirates, who did not convert on their first down opportunity, which gave St. Louis Park an opportunity to score, now have been very successful on 4th down. Inside the 5-yard line, and the handoff spinning in the end zone, or just down and maybe just short of the end zone, is Roby.
Number 5, Roby in the carry for the Pirates.
And they're very close. That ball is just spotted short of the goal line. Brown, handoff Roby. And Roby's not going to get in. Defense by
Roby in the carry for the Pirates. Stop for the
middle of the Orioles line. And you see Lopez Barrera came around the outside. Clock down to 6 minutes, 40 seconds to go in regulation. See a sneak by the quarterback, and we do. Brown, he's not in. I don't think so. Oh, they got him in. It was a second effort by Brown, and he gets the touchdown.
Number 2, Brown is in for the Pirates touchdown.
So 6:26 to go. It's a 3-point game. And the Pirates will go for 2. This time, Stein in the backfield. Back to pass under pressure and going down. Riley. He came in a hurry. Brown didn't have a chance. And it's a 3-point game. Nice play by Jacob Riley with the senior having a seat on the bench saying, I want some more football this year. I want another game. We got to get back here. 21-18, 18 unanswered points for the Pirates. The Pirates feeling the momentum right now. And over and kick. That's Sorensen. Sorensen taking the return.
Number 17, Sorensen on the kick return. First down.
Well, it's interesting. You wonder if maybe Sorensen could like throw the ball across field for a lateral play if they needed to, but I don't think the Orioles would take that chance right now. Orioles need to sustain a long drive right now. 6:22 still to go. Orioles just trying to hang on. They led 21-0. It's 21-18. Quick handoff up the middle. Gain of a couple. And again, this defensive line for Park Center is tightened up.
The Pirates. Second down.
Ben Wolf hoping his team can come up with some offense here to give the Orioles a little bit of cushion. Need a big play. Trips to the near side. And again, the give to Sledge. And the Park Center sideline, you can hear them cheering from Park Center as they're fired up. This Park Center team has got St. Louis Park now with a 3rd down. So big play for the St. Louis Park Orioles. As many plays are in this time of the game, but this none bigger than this one now. Orioles need a 1st down. Mitchell in motion. Back to pass Sorensen, looks, and it's incomplete. That clears open, but that play, that ball was not thrown anywhere near where Clears could catch that football. It's now 4th down. The Orioles have to punt the football. Well, I think Sorensen's having to punt because we saw Rodelius Palmer get injured in the first half, and I don't know if that's why Sorensen is punting this football. It's a good punt. Hopefully it takes an Oriole bounce. It does. And it's going to go out at the 29-yard line.
First down, Pirates.
So the Orioles need to come up with a turnover or something or stop here. It's a 3-point game, 21-18. Park Center, plenty of time. 4:56 remaining. They have 2 timeouts left. And St. Louis Park's offense has been sputtering. Under pressure, Brown throws deep, and Malone's the closest player to that one. It was intended that time for number 14, Levante Parker. But good job by Malone to stay with them. And see, the Orioles are loading up on pressure. I'm really sort of surprised that Park Center isn't running the football more. They've had success with Tamba. Fumble, bad snap, and Brown is just going to fall down on that football at the 13-yard line, and that's going to bring up a wrong situation. Orioles came in a little bit hard on that play on him, and they got to be careful not to get any penalties for spearing the player that's down. But watch right there. But I guess that wasn't. Barrera did a good job. Lopez Barrera did a good job just to make sure the player couldn't get back up. And once your knee's down, you're down. So that's a break for the Orioles, and now they need to come up with a stop here. It's about deep in Pirate territory at the 14-yard line. Orioles can get good field position if they can stop. Another high snap. There's a quick throw. And Orioles with good defense that time. The pass was complete to Flores. And the Pirates will have to punt the football with 3:51 remaining. So big stop, and but bad snap was a key part of this game so far. High kick, going to bounce at about the 42. The Orioles will just let this one go, and they'll get the ball at the 46-yard line. So again, the Orioles with an opportunity here. They need to sustain a drive. There's 3 minutes, 22 seconds left in regulation. Orioles up by 3. Again, if you want more information, want to see any of the games, ParkTV.org, www.parktv.org. It's been fun bringing the games to you here this year. In my 39th year here at Park TV. And John Fromm, if you're wondering, or John Fromm, he became ill during the game, so he is unable to finish, and so I'm just going solo here, and again, we hope for the best for John. He does a great job.
No game on the play, second down.
So under 3 minutes. Bears goes in motion. See if Sorensen's going to try and run the football here. Fake handoff. This is Sorensen trying to find some room to run. He gets inside the 50 to 49 and a late flag. Sorensen saying he got face mask. So a face mask was going to give the Orioles a first down.
Face mask on the Pirates.
Oh, it's only a 5-yarder. So it's not a personal foul, face mask, but they're moving the chains a little too early. I think the Orioles are just short of the first down, and I think we may see a measurement here.
5-yard penalty for face mask. Time out for a measurement.
I think the Orioles are going to be just a little bit short. I don't know. You guys have a better view. You guys have the better view. See, your view isn't that good. So it's going to be short. I think we're going to probably see a Sorensen keeper here, a sneak. We may have to, if St. Louis Park can get the first down, Park Center is going to have to use some timeouts.
Second down.
Well, Sorensen is not under center. I think they wonder if they're going to go. Well, now he goes under center. He's just going to get the first down. I was thinking maybe they take a shot downfield, seeing that it's that close. This is interesting. They pitched the football, and I think they got the first down. But that's a very surprising call for the Orioles. You have a chance when you pitch that football to lose 4 or 5 yards on the play. And Sorensen has had success running that keeper, but coaches knew what they were doing. They got the first down. Yeah, I think the Orioles will probably keep it on the ground, but who knows? Now they're going to pass. Nope, fake pass. And Sorensen breaks into the secondary. Sorensen could go to the 10. And he's out of bounds at the 10-yard line. But a big play for the Orioles.
The quarterback keeper.
I don't know if Sorensen at that point was nervous to go into the end zone, thinking that the other team would have a chance to come back. But I think the defense just converged quickly, and Sorensen went down. Park Center's gonna, I'm surprised they're not using a timeout yet. Park Center does have 2 timeouts left. This is Ferris trying to get outside, and Ferris is going to go down behind the line at the 15, and now Park Center will take a timeout.
Number 23, Ferris on the carry. Timeout, Park Center.
So St. Louis Park, if they can get down within a couple yards, it'll be interesting on 4th down. If they, I think St. Louis Park then would probably go for it. I think St. Louis Park really is in 4-down territory here. I don't think they'll try any field goal attempts. Again, though, Park Center has missed their extra point conversion, so St. Louis Park could go up by 6. It would force Park Center, if they scored, to still have to make an extra point. Let's just... Sorensen, he's going to take it himself off the left side of the line and gets a couple.
Number 17,
down to the 10-yard line.
Timeout, Pirates.
So the Pirates use their last timeout. I think is it 3rd down? So St. Louis Park will run the ball and the clock will get down. We're adding 2 more seconds to the clock here. Well, it's an interesting call for St. Louis Park. They could elect to run the football, or they could try a passing play, and then they could still run another play on 4th down. So I think they run it here, though. Let's see if Sorensen takes it himself. Sorensen up the middle. Gets to the 8-yard line.
Number 17, Sorensen, on the quarterback keeper. Brings up 4th down.
This may be the Orioles will let the clock run all the way down and call a timeout here. They keep Samaj Mitchell over to the side here, and I think the Orioles will take a timeout. They're letting the referee know. And it's 38.8 seconds. So it's 4th down.
Timeout Orioles.
Well, this is the kind of play now that you, the clock's going to stop if they run the ball, so you may take a chance. Yeah, so you may take a chance and throw it in the end zone. You just don't want to take a sack, and you don't want to fumble the football or throw an interception. So. St. Louis Park coming up with a trick play on their 4th down in the first quarter. So Samaj will line up to the near sideline. He takes a spot on the line early. 1st down for St. Louis Park, and this game's over. Boy, full house backfield. They're going to throw the football. Thrown, and it was intended for Mitchell, and there's a penalty flag. A flag on the play on the Pirates.
Number 17, Schwartz's pass falls incomplete. Flag on the play.
So Mitchell may have been held on the play. Let's see. Pass interference. And they're saying 4th down. That can't be 4th. It's got to either be a 1st or a, or it is 4th. You're right. Okay. So the Orioles will have another play.
Pass interference on the Pirates. Half the distance to the goal, still 4th down.
And the clock is stopped at 35.4 seconds. Now the Orioles could try running play. We'll see. Sorensen looks to the sidelines. They don't want to delay a game. They may need to call a timeout if they're not ready yet. They may have been trying to, I think they're trying to draw the Pirates off sides to maybe see if they can get the 1st down. Would have made it close. It would have made it closer in running distance to try and get that 1st down. Fans looking on from the sidelines, and glad to see the Orioles hold on to win this football game. It's been a great year for the Orioles, 5-3. Only winning 1 regular season game last year. See if they send Sledge in motion. Back to pass. He's going to throw the football. And he throws it, and it's incomplete. And that one should have been caught. That would have been a 1st down. It may not have been a touchdown.
17, Sorensen's pass falls incomplete.
But I think McKee feels like he should have caught that one. And
1st down, Park Center.
Park Center has no timeouts left with 30 seconds to go. St. Louis Park will be in a prevent defense, but again, 1st down and the clock will stop. But the Pirates have a chance now. So Brown back to pass. He rolls, getting some pressure, and now he just throws this one out of bounds.
Number 2's pass falls incomplete. Flag on the play.
So intentional grounding the call. I thought he was out of the pocket, and did that ball cross the line of scrimmage? So they move it right to the inside the 1 yard line.
After this, it's the goal. Lost down. Second down.
So 99 yards to go for Park Center. And here's a Tamba gets into the open field, and Tamba is still on his feet, and the Orioles bring him down at the 28-yard line. And Park Center gets up quickly with 11 seconds to go. That's a big play for Park Center. And they're going to spike the football with 8.8 seconds.
Number 2 Brown spikes that. Second down.
Well, I think that had the Oriole coaches gasping. Had me gasping up here. And Morrison, everyone trying to make the tackle, but Karan Adams comes up with the big final tackle there. Again, this is an Oriole team just trying to hang on to get to the final. Orioles still have a timeout left if they want to use it. Ten seconds to keep adding time. Orioles in a prevent defense here. Brown back to pass. He pumps. He's going to let it go long. And he's got some players there, and it's caught. It is caught with 1 second. 1.6 seconds to go. And Park Center, Orioles have to get back on side. And can you believe this? I don't know. I think the refs are going to give him one more play. We'll see. They're going to add some time. They're setting the football up, and I think the Pirates are going to have another play here. Can you believe this? From their 1 yard line, they're down to the 28-yard line with a chance to throw the ball into the end zone. Paul, do we have a chance to look at that last catch again? Boy, Brown just puts air under that. That's like a Hail Mary thrown from his own 20-yard line. That ball went all the way down to the 35-yard line. Karan Adams is there trying to get it, but what a catch. Number 14. Oh, actually, Karan Adams had it. Karan Adams had that football when he came down, and it was pulled out by Levante Parker. That was Karan Adams had the football when he came down with it, and it was pulled out of his hands by Levante Parker. What a play by Levante Parker to give another opportunity. Boy, this is why when you're a coach of the St. Louis Park Orioles, it's not easy. And Looking for a miracle comeback. Orioles in a prevent defense. Pirates send player in motion. And we get a penalty. Does that end the game, or does that, is there a runoff in high school? Oh. No runoff because the clock was stopped. Orioles trying to get no pressure on Brown. Throws to the corner. He's got 3 players there. The Hail Mary, and it falls down, and the Orioles win this football game. And boy, they had just hung on and give the Pirates a lot of credit. They had that opportunity at the end. And what a game. What a finish here. This is a nice throw by Brown. Again, Orioles they had a 3-man front, so they didn't have the pressure. Take a look here. They put their big guys in there. Oh, and I'll tell you what, Levante Parker came inside, had the position. Levante Parker could have had that football, and he dropped it. So that play was executed perfectly, and Levante Parker in position to win this football game. Watch number 14 here. Watch number 14 come inside and comes in, gets his hands on the football, and then drops the football. Morrison was defending on the play, so St. Louis Park, sorry, I'm a little nervous here, but they advanced to the finals against Cooper. And again, this will either be against Cooper or Spring Lake Park, so get a little excited here, but that game hasn't been played yet, Cooper, Spring Lake Park, and if Spring Lake Park were to upset Cooper, then that game would be played here on Friday night. Otherwise, love to see people out at Cooper for the St. Louis Park Orioles final game if Cooper does win. And again, it's been fun covering the St. Louis Park Orioles. We may be back for another one, we'll see. But on behalf of our whole crew here from ParkTV 69, Bruce Oberon saying so long. Final score, St. Louis Park Orioles 21, the Park Center Pirates 18. Good night.